Hey there, this is Stefan, the CEO and founder of Subly. I'm just going to show you a quick demonstration of what Subly's capabilities are. So if you look here, this is the dashboard after I've logged in, and the dashboard gives me a couple of important metrics and statistics from how many subscribers you have all the way through to your churn rate, which is the percentage of people who are cancelling, and the average lifetime value of a customer, as well as your total revenue and revenue per month. You also have these key metrics on a chart, so you can see the revenue per day in the last 30 days and the page views as well for your website. On the right hand side, we also have the live stream, which is a live feed of activity on your Stripe account, which is what you use for processing your payments. That integrates directly with Subly. And then on the left hand side, we've got the main navigation, which is where you would access all the different key features of Subly. So let's go through some of those. So first of all, there's an order management section here, which basically you can view what shipments are meant to be sent out. You can also sort them by the due date, the status, awaiting delivery or shipping, or requires shipping, etc. And also you can then click into view an individual specific order or go directly to that customer's profile. Obviously, this is some sample test data from my own personal account. Also at the top right here, we have a filter where you can actually view orders that are due for delivery within a specific time period. This is really useful for choosing all the boxes for a specific month that you need to ship out, or week, depending on what your billing cycle is. And then you can also, once you've filtered, export those orders or archive them in bulk. Another important section here is the customer's CRM section. So you'd go in here and you can view the individual individual customers, and then view their profiles. So for example, this is me. You can go in here and then view the shipping information and phone number and customer. You can also take notes, view the subscriptions of that customer, including cancelled ones, and then all the individual orders for that customer. In order to set up your Subly store, you're going to have products set up on your store. So this is the section products on the left hand side here, where you'd be able to do that. So the setup process is relatively straightforward. There are lots of different options when you're setting up a product. For example, you can go in and choose monthly shipping and then monthly billing, and then you'd be able to apply cutoff dates and set rebilling dates. So it's quite comprehensive. There's a lot of flexibility here. For example, you could do bi-monthly, weekly, etc., for the billing and shipping. So there's a lot of control here that you have. And then you can also assign a survey, which we'll talk about later, to the individual subscription products. You can also set up one-time products, which would be billed just once, not as a subscription for your customers to receive that product once. So we just mentioned the survey builder here at the bottom. Let's have a look at that really quickly. So you can create individual surveys here, but let's look at an example survey that I've created already. So you're able to create questions, or you could consider them as steps in your onboarding flow for your subscriptions. These questions, you can create as many as you want, and then you can also reorder them really easily. Now, this will collect the data from your customer whilst they're signing up to your subscription box. And let's have a quick look. There's different types of questions. You can have like single choice, which basically means they can choose only one answer. You can also specify a cost for the answers that they're choosing and upload an image for each. You can also delete answers and delete questions. You can make a step required or not required, and you can also specify other settings. This is a quantity type question. There's also additional settings for certain types of questions, like minimum number of answers that they can select and the maximum number of answers that they can select. This is another good example. This is a very special type of question that you can ask, which is, we call it the quantity question. Basically, this is like a build a box feature, which allows your customers to select how many of each are inside their subscription. And it says here pound per unit. That means that this cost will be applied based on how many they choose. So if they choose 3 of these 6-ounce bags, then that will be £12. Then you can upload the image, as I said in the previous one, and then add as many answers as you want as well. And again, you can reorder these. So it's really just as simple as that. So then once you can change this at any time, and once it's set up, you can also associate that with the subscription, so that when the customer goes to add that subscription to the cart, they'll be taken through the onboarding flow. Another key component here is the themes or the website designer. It's not compulsory. You don't have to have a website with Subly. You could add the Subly checkout. In fact, I'll show you that really quickly. If you go here, you can go to the product section and then embed, and then you can grab this code and put it on any website you want. That will show the checkout embedded on your website. It will load as a popover without leaving your site, which is really cool. But if you are wanting to use a Subly website, then you are more than welcome to, and you can basically go in and install any theme that we have here. Let's do a quick example. Default name for this one is Oceanic. So just click install. I've now installed this theme. You'll see I've got a lot of themes in here again. I've got a lot of test information on my account. So you can activate the theme and you can preview it. So let's click try the theme on. So it's opening here. So now you can see I've got this theme active, and I've got my test products here and some sample content. So it's really easy to edit this. I'll go back and go to customize theme, and I'll open up the website editor. And now you can see that I can choose a background image, I can edit buttons, change the URL, I can select the page, and also change the text of the button and even the color. So let's show that an example of that really quickly. I think to match the color scheme here, to make it yellow. There you go. Now the button's yellow. Let's make it more clear. Let's do blue. No, actually, let's do pink. Bam, done. Button color changed. So on the left-hand side, you can see that we've got some global settings, which you can go and do some JavaScript integrations, for example, change some individual settings like fonts, and then specific to the homepage, you can change the order of the sections here. So you can see you can move those around. So it's a drag and drop website designer. And if you need any help, you can always ask us. There's a credit system where you can go and ask us to make specific changes to your theme, where we've got experts on call ready to help you. So you can access that here at the credit section, or just click help and there's some additional information there. Okay, so let's go back. Let's exit the website editor for just now. And there's another section which is related to that, which is the content section, where you can add pages and blog posts. It's really straightforward. I'm not going to go into it just now because it's quite dull, but at least you know you can add posts, blog posts and pages. This section, the marketing section, is also very important. So we have a built-in refer a friend program. So you can specify how much credit the referrer and the referee will receive if they refer a friend. And then you can see your top referrers, so you can reward your best influencers by checking to see who's made the most referrals. You can quickly disable and enable the referral program by switching this toggle here. You can also specify coupons, and also you can track conversions by putting some code in here. This is all controlled under the marketing section. Another really cool feature is the email template editor. So we have a full email template editing system, and you can see all the different emails that get sent out to your customers automatically. And you can edit it here, send a test email to yourself by clicking this button here. And then we also have all the allowed variables per template on the right hand side, so you can just copy those across, and it explains what those variables are, so you can have the dynamic content produced in the email that gets sent to the customer. You can also disable emails by toggling this toggle at the top here as well. So if you don't want a customer to receive a specific email, then you may toggle it off and they won't get it. Another key part is the shipping section here with all your shipping settings, so you can specify what countries you ship to. And then we have an integration with ShipStation. You can see your login information there for doing that. There's instructions here. And if you need any help, you can always contact our support. We're more than happy to help you. And then there's obviously the generic settings about your domain name, etc., which can be found here, and you can toggle your storefront on and off. And then last but not least, we have a brand new app store, which is really cool. So you can integrate with Zapier, which basically will mean that your customer data, such as their email addresses, can be sent off to any other app that integrates with Zapier, such as MailChimp, for example. And it's really simple. You just go in here and configure it. We've also got an app for Google Analytics, which is for tracking your user behavior. And also we have it so that it will automatically track conversions on the checkout as well if you use our Google Analytics app. If you're an international business and you want to have translations across your checkout and your store, then we have this integration with Babblik here as well. So these are super easy to set up. We're going to be adding more apps as we go, and you can always request an app by clicking here as well. And then last but not least, just to mention, we have all these different ways of contacting us and getting help with your Subly store, and we're always on call. There's also the green widget at the bottom right corner here. You can open that. There's a bunch of help articles. You can click chat with us and you'll get straight through to our team. You can also reach that here on the left hand side by clicking help on the support section. And that's pretty much an overview of Subly. If you have any questions, then you can always contact us, and I am more than happy to jump on Twitter as well, and you can reach me there as well. Thank you for checking out this video, and I hope to see you using Subly soon.